And now to our next conversation. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics show the number of internet subscribers in Nigeria grew astronomically by about 14.03 million in the fourth quarter of 2021 to about 154.3 million compared to 140.28 million recorded in the previous quarter. Well, to discuss how internet service providers are handling and weighing new subscribers, we have joined us in the studio, Mundukwe Okewo, country manager at Connect. It's great to have you on the program.
Good to be here, Ladi.
Right. So quite an interesting growth we're seeing with subscribers, internet subscribers in Nigeria. And I'm wondering, how are you as an internet provider handling, most of these subscribers and actually bringing in more subscribers into the net?
I think the very first thing is about providing the infrastructure. All right. So as the penetration is getting to be increased, we have more people coming on board the broadband connectivity. Then you have challenge with the infrastructure. So for us, what is now very key to us is to be able to provide that infrastructure. And if you look at it, there are various, broadband infrastructure that can be used from your terrestrial services to the satellite service. So you have situation where those in the rural areas cannot enjoy that, fiber connectivity, hence the need for a last mile, which is the satellite broadband connectivity. So for us, what we did was to launch a very big satellite, which has the capability to provide 5 Gbps over Nigeria, which is to accommodate the increasing, subscribers into broadband, and we've been able to do that through the launch of our Connect, satellite.
Quite interesting. But tell me more about, Connect, the exact services that you actually render.
All right. As mentioned, for Connect, we launched this satellite 2 years ago, and commercially we have been available in Nigeria for about a year now. And we have seen that, tremendous, uptake in our service. People really need, this service. And for our service, we have provided unlimited data connectivity. Very important to mention that this is a satellite service and not a mobile service. So for those people who have understood satellite to just be for their cable TV connection, we are saying you can also get internet connectivity via satellite. All right, so all you just need is the same device, this dish that you have outside your house, the same way with your cable TV. You have your dish and you have your modem inside the house. The modem is connected to your router, your Wi-Fi router, and with that you can connect all your devices. So we brought that on board to provide connectivity to the teeming population and yearning of Nigerians. We brought on board the unlimited data connectivity because we know Nigerians really want to talk and stream the internet.
Quite interesting. You mentioned unlimited data because quite a lot of a number of internet service providers, they talk about how they have unlimited packages. You pay so much for that unlimited package, but you find out that within that package you're still limited. You still have limits, maybe 120 gig or something, and some people actually use more than that and they end up using more of the unlimited, and they don't have any more data to use. So I'm wondering, is it truly unlimited with your service?
All right, the service is unlimited, all right. But what we do is to be able to manage the network infrastructure so that the service is not degraded, all right. So now what that does to consumer experience is that the priority data that they have, the moment that priority data is exhausted, then you see and they experience that throttled speed. Now for us, what we have done differently in comparison to other providers is to tell our consumers that you have the unlimited data. Now with your priority data, once that is exhausted, you are not going to be disconnected. We know Nigerians, the level of affordability, people wait for their salaries before they can commit monies into several things. So knowing that internet is an essential commodity We've made it that you will never be disconnected till the end of your validity period. So regardless of the fact that you've consumed your priority data, you are still connected. That's number one. Then number two, very different from others, we have made people, consumers, to be able to enjoy that high-speed connectivity of up to 100 Mbps from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. free. So where you have consumed your priority data, the moment you get to 10 p.m. every night, you are going back to that high-speed connectivity of up to 100 Mbps, which is very different from what is available in the market today. And again, what we are saying is, it doesn't cost a lot. With 6,900 Naira, you can get connected to this unlimited data.
Quite interesting. And looking at how it works, now you said it's a satellite. So do you have to run, most of those cables, into particular areas to make sure that, people can actually connect to the satellite? And how does the weather impact your service? All
right. Now, to just address the weather, because a lot of people have that notion about, satellite connectivity being, grossly affected by the weather. Now, for us, the latest satellite technology that we have launched has what we call the mode code, the modulation. When the weather is bad, the power of the satellites gets boosted so that that connection is maintained with the dish. All right. So with that, the connection is sustained. But the only thing that happens is when the rain gets torrential, then the disconnection happens. However, immediately that subsides, the connection is restored immediately. So if you compare that to the traditional, satellite connectivity that we have, in comparison to maybe your cable connectivity, there has been an improvement over that. So there is that change that you don't really see, the impact. Now, for you to get connected, all you just need is the dish to be installed outside, the modem to be installed inside, then you have your Wi-Fi router. So the same process that you have your cable TV being connected, cable laying within the house, that is done. We put the modem inside, and for you, within 2 or 3 hours, you get connected. So we put the modem inside, you connect that to your Wi-Fi router, and every of our Wi-Fi devices can get connected.
Quite interesting. But, we still have that issue, when it comes to rural areas, not getting, most of these services. How is this satellite actually helping, to increase users in the rural areas?
All right. If you look at the statistics, which I know that a lot of us have heard over time, if you look at the National Broadband Plan, the plan of the government is to be able to provide 10 Mbps speed to the rural areas and 25 Mbps speed to the urban areas in 2025, not today, in 2025. Now, 61% of the population that are yet to be connected today are living in the rural areas. The advantage that our satellites Connect has brought on board is that the service is available throughout Nigeria. So regardless of where that person is, where that business is located in Nigeria, whether you are very far in Katsina State or you are in the southern part of Bayelsa State on a rig, we have you connected, not just connected to the 10 Mbps future plan of the government, but connected to 100 Mbps. So we have had businesses coming on board, who have experienced challenges, NGOs that have experienced challenges up north, not being able to have that broadband connectivity. A whole lot of them are getting on board our service to be able to do everything that they want to do over the internet.
Quite interesting.
So the rural areas, nobody is cut off from satellite connectivity, which impacts the last mile.
Interesting. Well, what about, take for instance, I run a business, outside the country. Is there anything for me?
Now, if you're running a business, in the hinterland, because this satellite coverage is throughout Nigeria, regardless of where you are. So imagine somewhere in Adamawa State. We have farms in Adamawa State. We have people running processing factories in Adamawa State. What happens to them if they cannot get connected? So what we are saying is, with our satellite connectivity, which is available, the footprint is available throughout Nigeria, you can get connected there. And we know today that digitization is the main thing. If you look at the government today, talking about tax inclusion, even to the those living in the rural areas, how do we do that? And I'll tell you a story, Ladi. A friend of mine doing a research, all right, went to a suburb in the northern part, northwestern part of the country, and encountered a farmer who had more than tens of millions of naira stored at home. Why? Because that farmer could not get a bank around to deposit the money. Why can't bank go to these areas? Because of lack of infrastructure. So what you need today, what banks need today, is just a shelter. The solution, the financial solution is in the cloud, but they need connectivity. So with connectivity that we have brought on board today, banks can go to the rural areas and ensure that those people living their businesses over there are able to get connected to financial services.
Quite interesting. And, this is a time where we're seeing, rising inflation globally. We're seeing our companies actually hike their prices because energy cost is rising. And, some of them have to transfer most of this cost to the customers. I'm wondering, how's this impacting your business?
You see, the truth is no business is immune, to economic situation. That is happening everywhere in the world. But today, what we are saying is, we want to maintain, we've had the price of 6,900 naira for our service since inception, and that is what we have still maintained today. For people to get connected, we've had the price of 30,000 naira for people to get connected by the dish, and that is what we have still maintained today. And we hope to be able to keep that, running. But obviously, nobody is immune to, economic situations, so it's impacting all the business, across different segments.
Right, and this year has been described as the year of the squeeze. Consumer incomes are squeezed, and it's not easy to afford the things you could afford before. But tell me more now, where can I, find Connect? If I want to, use your service, where do I go to?
All right. The first thing is we have a website. So regardless of where you are, all you just need to do is to log on to www.connect.com. And on that, the consumer would be able to know the location, the nearest the distributor there is around, his or her location. That is number one. Number two, they can also call us on our phone lines. So after visiting our website, connect.com, or our partner's website, which is coolink.ng.
So that's Connect with a K.
Connect with a K, right. Exactly. Or coolink.ng, they will be able to see all our distribution points. Or they can call us on our number 0908 799 5821. 0908 799 5821 or 0908 799-5826.
Right, quite interesting. But, we're still talking about internet penetration, yes, for Nigeria. I want to know what your outlook is. It's in just 1 minute, just tell me what your outlook is, what we can do better to, improve internet penetration in the country.
The very first thing is to improve infrastructure. All right. Now, for people to get connected, if there is no power source, it becomes very difficult for people to get connected. Now the government is talking about off-grid solution in partnership with CBN. I know that is yet to be implemented, I'm not sure. So in partnership with CBN to be able to provide power to different homes. If that is done, then broadband penetration will become faster. The likes of the terrestrial network cannot go and set up where there is high cost. The high cost of diesel today. So it's difficult for them to go to those rural areas. And same thing for us. We have the coverage there. All the people needs to do is to have power to power the device and get connected. So infrastructure is one key thing to do this.
Quite key. Well, thank you so much. I do like fast internet. I'm not a fan of slow internet, and I'm sure your service is doing pretty well when it comes to speed. Thank you so much, Modupe Okeowo.
Thank you, Ladi.
Country manager for Connect. It was great having you on the program.
Good to be here. Thank you.
All right. So we'll take a moment now. Do stay with us. This is Business Morning.